Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm breaking down the key points from the Elder Scrolls Online Update 47 PTS patch notes. I'm not going to cover every single tiny fix, but if you really care about the bugs like tiny ones like cat's tail growing behind the tree and you can't see it.
Dad, help! It is stuck up the tree.
Don't worry, son. I'll get my ladder.
Well, check out the Elder Scroll website, but these are the real changes that will impact your builds and gameplay. On the support skill line, Replenish Your Barrier Morph no longer gives you 1 of 4 ultimate when the shield ends. Instead, it restores more magicka, 1,200 to 1,500, up from 700 to 1,000. This is basically a nerf because the ultimate return was the main reason people used it. The other morph now clearly outshines it, and it still gives you a group shield with a ton of heal for 15 seconds, so expect to swap morphs if you haven't done so already. Mage Guild Ultimate, the Shooting Star morph. It costs now down to 185 ultimate. The ultimate generation now gives 10 ultimate per enemy hit, but caps at 6 enemies. Before it could scale up to about 100 enemies with no cap. The devs claim say you rarely hit more than 6 enemies anyway, but this nerf makes it feel even more situation. Many use this morph just for easy ultimate gains, so expect to be less attractive now. On the class abilities, Nightblade took a big hit, with Grim Focus from the Assassination line. No longer gives weapon and spell damage, now grants Major Prophecy and Savagery, meaning 12% crit chance just for slotting it. What's the problem? Well, the problem is that every DPS right now in subclassing is running this for the passive boost. Now that crit chance is easy to get elsewhere, perfect example, you can literally get that from a piece of slime crawl, monster piece. Grim Focus literally lost its value for subclassing. Another Nightblade thing passive that took a hit was the Shadow line, the Dark Cloak. The bonus healing now only works if you're blocking, which for a tank, which pretty much you can't move at all you can do is block. The heal duration no longer benefits from the Dark Veil passive, which was really good. This was already a light heal especially for tanking or healing, and now it's basically pointless for tanks or healers who ran it off for off heals. I mean, now with subclassing, there's so many classes that have far more superior heals, even a light heal. Sorcerer changes. Bound Agent now gives minor resolve instead of minor protection and boosts max magicka by 5 to 8%. The Dark Deal no longer gives minor force, now it only gives a short minor berserk, short duration, and the Balance Store now grants minor force but no longer gives major resolve. So for a tank, you'll need to adjust where you get major resolve in your build. For DPS, unless you're doing solo builds, there is really no reason to be working on resistances. And the Restoration Staff skill line, Combat Prayer skill, and Blessing of Protection. They fixed an issue where their heals and buffs lasted twice as long as intended, so no more free extended buffs, and that was so good. I figured it was going to get nerfed anyway, but it was really good. I mean, it made my Nightblade Templar Warden feel like invisible with those heals. Scribing for the Arcanist Banner Bearer. Banner Bearer. For Arcanist, the class mastery script now only generates a crux if you have none active. Due to this, it might actually be better to switch to Savagery Grimoire script, or just drop entirely Banner Bearer and just use a Crux Flail. Since Scholarship, the skill on the Arcanist, gives already a Flail and better buffs and passives, so if you're running Banner just for Crux generation, double check if it's still worth it in your bar slot. Sets. We have nerfs on Highland Sentinel. Already niche, now it's probably useless. Boss Mania got nerfed and made it easier for casuals or lower tier players to use. Coral Riptide got a nerf too, similar to Mania. War Opportunities from Kind Ages got a buff, and Ward of Depths got a buff as well, so keep these in mind for raid builds. Advancing Yokita from Hellrot Citadel got buff. This is likely to help newer players clear older trials more easily, but honestly, this just lowers the difficulty for casuals, which does nothing to fix the massive skill gap between endgamers and random dungeon queues. So the biggest nerf of the whole patch, the biggest nerf in update 47, it hits ultimate generation and passive stacking. All classes that have passive boost in ultimate, especially heroism effects, got downgraded from major heroism to minor heroism. So your ultimate gain is pretty much slower and you can't stack multiple major sources anymore. On top of that, many ultimate classes now have cooldowns that are 6 to 8 seconds longer than before. What are the results? Well, you'll be popping big ultimates less often, so expect this to impact high-end DPS rotations, tank, maybe skills like Warhorn uptime, etc., and even healer ultimates. Time to rethink your bar or CP setup. So those are the real changes that matter in update 47. What do you think? Are these nerfs fair? Any buffs you actually like? Drop a comment, let's talk about it. If you found this breakdown helpful, smash a like, sub for more ESO news, and I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe.